Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being, and Sustainable Development 2025-26, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 and Viksit Bharat at 2047 as in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Well-being. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations and celebrations. Today, we are commemorating Peculiar People Day on January 10th, which is an opportunity to recognize and celebrate those who refuse to conform to the world's idea of normal. It is always the people who are termed peculiar, different, strange, or abnormal that set the world in motion because they live out of the box. They refuse to accept and live by the status quo and have the courage to do and be different. Whenever the world has seen innovation, it has always been the idea and effort of someone who just didn't accept things as they are. So let's honor those uniquely different people on this day. So the world thinks that there is proper way to do everything, and most people act by common norms in the society. Others like to take a break away from what terms normal and do things their way. Everyone has their peculiar habits, whether you simply dress up in your style or have a better and more daring way of doing things that others won't do. The concept of what is right and normal differs for everyone, and artists and inventors throughout history proved this. The origin and inventor of peculiar people are unknown. The term peculiar people is derived from the phrase chosen people. It means set apart or treasured people, which is a wonderful way of looking at ourselves and other people. If we see ourselves as valuable, we make valuable differences to the world around us. Society call the people who do things differently than others peculiar people. Instead of being a negative tag, it's a badge of honor because being different takes a courageous, adventurous, and inquisitive nature. Swimming upstream brings about change, and the peculiar people are particular and not accepting harsh, unfair, or unjust systems. Part of the resilience and strength of people who make it a difference has been seen this stands to stay true to themselves and not conform. So they took the punch to the real and developed their belief in themselves by staying that way. Today is also commemorated as National Vision Board Day on January 10th, which is celebrated annually on second Saturday in January to encourage us to set our goals visually. The day seeks to help us to reimagine and achieve goals in every area of life by effectively visualizing them to life. It is based on seeing us believing in the sense that if we can imagine, picture something, we can move our lives towards the goal The day was inspired by a group of friends who came together in 2010 to set goals and dream big life dreams in a fun and creative setting. Today is also commemorated as National Shareholders Day on January 10th, which is an American holiday observed every year. The shareholder, usually referred to as stockholder, in the United States is an individual or legal entity registered by the corporation as a legal owner of shares of a public or private corporation. Shareholders may also be regarded as members of a corporation. Persons or legal entities become shareholders of a corporation after personally identifiable information about them has been officially entered into corporation's register of shareholders or members. The corporation is not required or permitted except expressly by law to inquire about the beneficial ownership of the shares. A corporation generally cannot own its own shares. Today is also commemorated as National Save the Eagles Day in US on January 10th to raise awareness about eagles and to give thanks for the conservation efforts and to prevent their extinction. The bald eagle and the golden eagle are only two species of eagles found in the US, as poaching, pesticides, human intervention, and other dangers continue to threaten eagle populations across the world. We need to come together to save and protect these majestic creatures, the symbol of American freedom. Eagles are among the strongest and most magnificent birds of prey. Bald eagles are so special that they are celebrated as a symbol of strength, independence, and beauty in the US. The history of the National Save the Eagles Day is an inspiring story. It started in the village of Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. It was a midwinter and the perfect nesting season for bald eagles, and a pair of eagles, fondly named Alice and Al, had nested along the Overpeck Creek since 2011. In 2014, Skymark Development Corporation of Paramus highlighted a study stating that a landfill near an eagle's nest posted community health risk. As part of the solution to mitigate the local health risk, they argued to remove the tree and eagles nested in. When this announcement was made public, the local community and the Bergen County Audubon Society organized Save the Eagles Day on January 10, 2015. Soon an agreement was reached between both sides to preserve the part of the land as Eagle Park, and Alice and Al continued to nest in the same location and lived there for several years, and today there is a new pair that made their home in the same nest. So today there are many laws such as the Endangered Species Act that protect the welfare of eagles. Due to the continued effort of conservationists and the government, many species of eagles that were on the verge of extinction are now increasing in numbers. So let's celebrate, save, and support the welfare of eagles on this inspiring day. Today is also commemorated as National Oysters Rockefeller Day in US on January 10th, that celebrates the history of Oysters Rockefeller and how it stood the test of time. Oysters have been around 150 million years, and Neolithic men consumed vast quantities of oysters. Today, humans have reached the peak dish made of this shellfish named Oysters Rockefeller. This is a luxurious baked dish crafted in French Quarter of Louisiana. But in terms of climate change and endangered species, it's always better to move to vegetarian. Today is also commemorated as National Cut Your Energy Cost Day on January 10th. Pays attention to an important yet often overlooked subject that is key for a host of reasons. Wasting energy is one of the nastiest things we can do in life to the planet, to our wallets, and even fundamentally to each other. Perhaps most crucially for National Cut Your Energy Cost Day, this is one of those things where just a little bit of effort can pay huge dividends. For example, in many cases, the savings you can make can be sufficient to pay for the entire vacation. We are highly dependent on the electricity and use a lot of energy to keep our homes warm during the winter and cool during the summer. Heating and cooling costs are some of the most expensive bills that we pay throughout the year, and there has been an issue that people have complained about it. Homes account for 22% of the energy usage in the United States, according to the energy.gov. Our lights, chargers, laptops, and televisions are always plugged in. We have numerous options when it comes to saving money and conserving energy in our homes. Simple tasks such as taking shorter showers, keeping the thermostats turned off, and unplugging unused appliances can all make a difference. The less energy we use, the better it is for environment. National Cut Your Energy Cost Day was first established by the Canadian Energy Efficiency Alliance. Its relevance to wider society means that it is observed in numerous places throughout the world, including the US and UK, where the media often choose this day to publish energy saving tips for their readers. Today is also commemorated as League of Nations Day in US on January 10th annually. It came into effect this day in the year 1920 after being approved by 42 nations that previous year. The goal of this now defunct international organization was to maintain world peace and promote international cooperation. Its priorities are disarmament, averting war through collective security, resolving international conflicts through diplomacy and negotiation, and enhancing global welfare. Even even though the organization ceased operations in 1940s, it became a predecessor to the United Nations as many of its goals and objectives directly influence the latter. Today is also commemorated as Houseplant Appreciation Day on January 10th, or by mid-January. Most of our holiday decorations and trees have made their way out of our homes, and Houseplant Appreciation Day is on January 10th every year. It reminds that we don't have to lose all the freshness and vibrancy that plants bring to our homes just because the holidays have drawn to a close. If you have the post-holiday blues, this is perfect chance for you to brighten up your house with a lovely plant that you can enjoy all year long. But houseplants do more than just bringing a splash of green into our homes. And National Houseplant Appreciation Day is all about raising awareness of the numerous benefits of tending an indoor plant. Houseplants convert carbon dioxide into oxygen for us to breathe and improving the air quality in your home. Plants also receive moisture into the air, conditioning it with refreshing humidity that can actually make your house feel cooler. And what's more, many house plants are easy to care for and have an array of household uses that help you save money. So whether your green thumb have driven you to amass an impressive indoor garden, or you are just kicking around the idea of a low maintenance cactus for your desk, it's time to roll up your sleeves and join us in bringing the outdoors inside on National Houseplant Appreciation Day. This week is also commemorated as National Obesity Awareness Week from January 10th to 18th in UK. Takes place from 10 to 16 this year. Obesity affects more and more children and adults and even pets in the UK each year. By 2050, 50% of the population could be obese. Fighting obesity can seem daunting, but the good news is It's not impossible. National Obesity Awareness Week aims to demystify obesity and practice easy ways to prevent it. Eat right, stay right, and lose weight. That's the mantra. When a nation comes together, the battle is ready, half won. So, with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in today's commemorations and celebrations. We request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form before leaving the platform. See you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. Take care. Good night.